1 second. Pull up on them. What? We made it again. Y'all already know. And then we gotta shake it off. Do. How everybody doing out there under the sound of my voice? It is what? Finally, Friday. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. How's everybody doing out there under the sound of my voice? Hope everybody's doing good. Y'all already know what it is. You could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Where we at right now? It's the 6 o'clock hour. That means it's time for what? The bottom line. Our bottom line. Time to get it popping, time to get it moving and shaking, y'all. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day out there under the sound of my voice. I know I am. Why? Because I was able to wake up again and come chill with y'all. Again, y'all already know. Let me open up this screen over here so we can get that back good right there with the drop. We all in the pocket now. Now we can really see each other. How y'all doing now? How everybody doing? Y'all already know. Take me in the room. Wake up. Y'all know what time it is. We got a lot to cover today, just so you guys know. Hope everybody's good. Like I said, I know I am. We got a lot of situations to cover today. I don't want to be long-winded in the beginning. Just want to make sure that you guys already know that when you do chime in, you got to let me know where you're chiming in from. My people in Detroit, my people in St. Louis, New York, everybody else as well. Let me know where you at so we can make sure that we covering the content for where you guys are coming from. We got a lot to cover today. I want to get to work. I hope you guys are interested in seeing what we got. Make sure we get those likes up once I earn it. Don't worry about right now. But again, I don't want to waste you guys' time. Who we got in the building? We got Guy in the building. We got Car Care looking like Superman, brother. Appreciate you, Car Care. That's what's up. You all already know Queens is in the building. That's already, you know what it is. Queens is in the building. I got New York information today. We got Grand Rapids. We got morning from Detroit. We got Grand Rising from Razik. Okay, Razik, good morning. Rebecca, good morning with that glove. Everybody with those gloves, everybody who actually subscribed to the channel, all I can say is salute, and thank you. I really appreciate that. And y'all try to ask me yesterday why I come here every day. It's because all the people with the gloves and everybody that want to keep us going on. So without any further ado, let me get to work because we got some work to cover now. Let's get into it, y'all. What we got? We got Trump and Putin peace talks. Are they working? Let me know. What do you guys think? Do you think that the peace talks between Trump and Vladimir Putin are actually working? I don't particularly think so because of the video that we have coming up. And I want you guys to see that. Again, Trump and Putin peace talks. Are they working? We're going to get into it. Also, under the subtitles we do have, the New York City Police Department finally admits to a staffing crisis. You guys already knew last week they had lowered the expectations, meaning you don't have to have so many credentials, didn't have to have so much. I mean, they're willing to take criminals at this point. Because who? Because why? Look who they're serving under. Look at the conditions. And it's almost like they have to fend for themselves. At some point, you need the police. And if it's to the point where they have to fend for themselves, and we got all of these young DEI police officers now, and rank no longer meaning anything, that's when the senior detectives and the other police, they start to go to other states that actually appreciate them more. We got clips on that right now. We also have the last but not least clip that we're going to be bringing up is the former Hunter Biden whistleblower describes the IRS under the Biden administration. As you guys know, there were two whistleblowers that told everything about Hunter Biden, this case, as well as slowing down the process so that it would go out, it would expire for the time of his case going through. Excuse me for the tongue twister. Yeah, I got to get something to drink. But yeah, the Biden case, we're going to get into that. The two whistleblowers who actually were promoted for telling the story, y'all. They were promoted to at like senior executives in the IRS. We're going to get into that. But first thing we're going to do that I want you guys to see is the first clip that I got up here, because President Trump, yesterday, he did a meeting in front of a bunch of children as well as parents and a lot of executives. And he let everybody know that he signed an executive order to get rid of what? The Department of Education. It probably sounds crazy like they say, but do you guys think that it's good? That's the first question that I would have for you this morning. Is it a good thing or a bad thing that he's getting rid of the the federal Department of Education, and he's letting the states handle that? Do you think it's better for the Fed or the state to be handling the Department of Education? That's what we into this morning, you guys. Like I always tell you, when you come in, let me know where you're chiming in from so that I can make sure that we're covering what you got going on. Let's get into this, where Trump signs the executive order to eliminate the Department of Education.
Thank you very much, Eddie. And I'd like to start by saying that our country is doing very well. Things are, as you can see, doing quite well. Please sit down. Before we begin, I just want to announce that I signed a proclamation a few moments ago honoring the 250th anniversary of Patrick Henry's famous speech to the Second Virginia Convention, in which he declared very well-known, very famous words: "Give me liberty or give me death." Has anyone heard the phrase? I think most of you have. And moments ago, I also signed an executive order to dramatically increase production of critical minerals and rare earths. It's a big thing in this country, and as you know, we're also signing agreements in various locations to unlock rare earths and minerals and lots of other things all over the world. But in particular, Ukraine, we're doing very well with regard to Ukraine and Russia. And one of the things we are doing is signing a deal very shortly with respect to rare earths with Ukraine, which they have tremendous value in rare earth, and we appreciate that. And we spoke yesterday with, as you know, President Putin and President Zelensky, and we would love to see that come to an end, and I think we're doing pretty well in that regard. So hopefully we could save thousands of people a week from dying. That's what it's all about. They're dying so unnecessarily, and I believe we'll get it done. We'll see what happens, but I believe we'll get it done. Today we take a very historic action that was 45 years in the making. In a few moments, I will sign an executive order to begin eliminating the Federal Department of Education once and for all. And it sounds strange, doesn't it? Department of Education, we're going to eliminate it. And everybody knows it's right. And the Democrats know it's right, and I hope they're going to be voting for it, because ultimately it may come before them. But everybody knows it's right, and we have to get our children educated. We're not doing well with the world of education.
Again, that's something that I told you guys before. We always brag and act like we're the best. We're number one. Of course we want to be number one because we're U.S. We're not. In education, we're 40th. How do you guys feel about that? Did you know that? 40th in education? That doesn't seem like we're number one if you really look at the numbers and the real statistics. What do you guys think about this video? Have you seen this already? You have any remarks on it? Let me know what you're thinking about the schools. Do you think, I had a question, don't you? This is what we do, y'all. Wake up. Come on, let's go. We doing the bottom line, our bottom line. My question was, do you think the state or the Fed should run the Board of Education? That's basically answering the question of, do you believe what he's doing is a good thing? Because once the Fed's not running it anymore, the states will be. So I just want to know where you guys are at on that, so that we're just not standing here watching the video that you can watch on your own. Okay, here we go. Car Care, YouTube, Don't Feed Me Trump video. Okay, Car Care. VIP Auction Group, yeah, a bunch of crazies do not need to be making decisions on behalf of our children. There you go, VIP Auction Group. Thank you so much. Peace to MOP, watching from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Andrew Robbins, what's good? There you go. Thanks, yeah, definitely peace to MOP. Billy Dan's Fame, Teflon, the whole family. RIP to Fox Boogie, Car Care, Lay's Boogie too, no doubt. Jamaica High School, 1986, Car Care. Marielle at Mad Hatter 100. What else we got? Car Care said, all right, Trump 2023, Trump 2028. Mad Hatter, the states would be better to handle the education and even the local governments instead of the cookie cutter they had with the departments of education. There you go. I think that's a good answer right there. VIP Auction Group said, please take a moment to double tap your screen. Your like is greatly appreciated. It definitely is, and to let other people know what you guys are doing here and that we got this content going on. So I really would appreciate it. We up at 6 doing our thing. So let's keep it going.
In this country, and we haven't for a long time. And we're pleased to be joined today by the woman who I chose because she's an extraordinary person. And hopefully she will be our last Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. Linda, thank you. Thank you very much. That's another interesting statement. It's an interesting opening, right? But it's true, and it's been amazing how popular this has been. I tell people that this is what I'm doing today, and they say, oh, it's about time. Everybody says it. Republicans and Democrats have said it. They're all saying it. Also with us are some terrific people. Governors Greg Abbott. Greg, thank you very much. Governor Ron Wahlberg, Cabinet, as well as the American Federation of Teachers, the New York Times editorial board, and the famed Democrat Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan. History has proven them right, absolutely right. After 45 years, the United States spends more money on education by far than any other country, and spends likewise by far more money per pupil than any country, and it's not even close, but yet we rank near the bottom of the list in terms of success. It's an amazing stat. Those are two stats you don't want. The most money spent per pupil, and you're at the bottom of the list. And that's where we...
So no matter how you feel about President Trump or what's going on right now, this is the truth. Obama was saying that even when he was running. People, sadly, since this, even worse with COVID, people ain't as smart as they used to be. Straight up and down. Common sense ain't so common anymore. Let's just be real about it. Have you ever had, you recently having conversations, you're like, what's wrong with people? Is it me? No, it's not you. You actually have some brain. You have some sense. It's the other people. They're trying to get you to conform to the nonsense. That's what's going on. Because, if they don't understand, ignorance, they run away from learning. They don't want to know. They want to fight and stuff like that. They don't want to learn. Ignorant people always want to be defensive. They don't want to really learn things. They actually rather fight you off instead of learn about how things should really be. What you got right here for me? We got knowledge, power. Us parents have to do a little work. We can't put our children in their hands 100%. That's foolish. And that's another thing. That's another thing. Where does it begin? It begins at home. Discipline, courtesy, respect, that begins at home. And the sad part about it, what the first thing that they took out of, because if you knew you was really able to get that and you was getting handed those out, oh, but it's so bad. Oh, you shouldn't spank the children. Once that started, yeah, you get stuff. Let me tell you something. If your mother tell you to sit down and do your homework, if you know that this is coming, yeah, you're going to get it. You're going to do that homework. You're going to be like this. Okay, 7 plus 2 is 9. Yeah, y'all already know. How many of you guys actually had to do some homework with your mother or your father? Who you rather do your homework with? Your father, right? Yeah, because you do your homework with your mother. Soon as y'all mess up, girl, you don't hear what I'm telling you, boy. Oh my God, I didn't want my mother to help me with my homework. So that's a whole nother story. But that's also another thing. We have to begin at home. And also the parents, you got to have a little bit of knowledge in your head, because sometimes you be reading that kid's book and y'all don't even know what the hell is going on either. Let's be honest about it. By the time Junior gets to about 8th or 9th grade, Y'all be wondering, damn, man, am I smarter than a fifth grader?
We are, like it or not, and we've been there for a long time. 70% of eighth graders are not proficient in either reading or in math. 70%. 40% of fourth graders lack even basic reading skills, can't read. Students in our public elementary and middle schools score worse in reading today than when the department opened, by a lot. In Baltimore, 40% of the high schools have 0 students who can do basic mathematics. Not even the very simplest of mathematics. I said, give me your definition of basic, and they're talking about like adding a few numbers together. Despite these breathtaking failures, the department's discretionary budget has exploded by 600% in a very short period of time, and
They need laptops for COVID. They need to do this. They're getting all dressed to go to school to do what? Gangs and stupid stuff. Yeah, it's real, y'all. They're not paying attention to the teacher. The teacher's scared. Most of these schools you go to, teacher be like, man, listen, I ain't have nothing to do with such and such, because they with this over here, and next thing you know, I'm trying to tell them what to do, and they're going to beat me up. What y'all got to say about this? These are real facts. I don't care if you don't like Trump. This is real. We thunter-dunts. People stupid out here. What y'all got to say about this? It's really going down. Good looking, y'all. Kendra, thank you, Kendra. What else we got over here? We got Legends Unleashed say, comedy, chaos, and knowledge. This is so true. I'm 40 years old. I'm from Baltimore. I went to Southwest High School. I didn't even go to class, but they passed me already through the school system. I'm so messed up. See, he telling the truth, man. I like stuff like this. People tell the truth. They move you through for the overcrowding, too. Paul Sinclair, People's President Donald Trump, Chopper Man 710 Senior, where are the Epstein files? You got to go back in a couple of videos, buddy. Y'all got to put Chopper on. Anybody want to let Chopper know what's up? We good with that. We got that loaded up. Kendra Walker said, I always say it starts at home. It does, Kendra. You dead right about that. I love my parents for it. Carcast said, I love my parents for it. See that? Batty Lynn said, my dad was awesome helping me with my homework. See, I told you. Let me tell you what my mother used to say about my dad. She used to say, that man will walk you around the block before he'll tell you something what's going on. He will walk you. You'll be like, so dad, what's 1 + 1? He'll be like, oh yeah, well, let me explain something to you when it comes down to the number 1. See, number 1 is a very important number, and you might as well just start walking with him. But by the time y'all get back to that spot where y'all started off at, you're going to know everything about 1 + 1 = 2. Straight up and down. My dad was methodical, just like I am. And peace and love to him. And thank you so much for making me the man that I am today. And that's the reason why I don't have step, because I was raised by a good man and I present myself as that. I ain't the only one that look good. Could you imagine what my father looked like? Man, listen, I get it from my father. Real talk. Salute to our parents. Salute to our parents. That's right. Love and respect to the good parents out there that are good and know how to take care of their kids, like Batty Lynn's dad. Fantastic. What else we got? We got Legends Unleashed, comedy and chaos knowledge. Good morning. Natalie Georgievich said, exactly. Car Care said, so true. We straight up and down not playing right now, y'all. We doing it.
Bureaucrats in buildings all over Washington, D.C. And as a former real estate person, I will tell you, I ride through the streets of Washington and it says Department of Education, Department of Education. I said, how do you fill those buildings? It's crazy what's happened over the years. I'm pleased to report that after offering these federal employees 2 generous buyout options, and they were very generous, and they're good people, but they were very generous. My administration has initiated a reduction in force, and we're already cutting numbers that were really surprising to a lot, that we were able to do it so successfully. And we've cut the number of bureaucrats in half. 50% have taken office, which is good.
I think this is going to help with that initiative when they were trying to get those books into schools and they were trying to pass that agenda, because that was at a high level. Let's just say what level it was at, right? Let's just go there. I'm going there. Joe Biden and his administration actually told parents and children, if you guys don't conform to the agenda that we're putting in now, you're not going to be able to get free lunches. They were literally going to take the food out of the children's mouths if they didn't conform to the new agenda that they were trying to put in. Think I'm lying? Look it up. It's also in a couple of videos back because we covered it already. So too bad, so sad, it is the truth. And that's what I'm thinking about as far as these books, the trans agenda and all this crazy stuff about men and going in girls' bathrooms and stuff like that. It was passed on a major level. Why? I'm not saying it was passed. It was okayed. So if it's okayed on that level, that's what the agenda is. Now this makes it goes to each and every state. So if you with the broken wristed nonsense, you're gonna stand out on your own. So Maine, y'all want to keep on acting crazy and not that's actually a good thing too. How about this? What about the funding now? Does that mean that they don't get funding anymore? Or do they still get the federal funding that they need to operate the schools if the Department of Education is no longer running it? That's a good question I need to ask. I would like to know that. If anybody in the comments would like to tell me the answer to that question, because I really don't know. If they're taking away the DOE, does that mean that the federal funding that they were providing to those states for those schools is going to go away as well? I just want to know that. I think it's a good question. You guys have any questions, any comments for me out here? Let me see what you guys got. Do me a favor if you're appreciating the content. We got a lot going on. Hit the 3 buttons so you can let everybody like and subscribe to the channel so that they know what we have going on. Any comments? I'm coming to read them because I want to know what you guys have to say about this. Come on, y'all. Double tap the screen, please. That's what Kendra Walker said. He gets up at 3 a.m. every day to prepare this content for us. Kareem said, buddy, I definitely do. Marielle at Legends Unleashed. He does this show every single morning at 6 a.m. Nothing is the same anymore. It's heartbreaking. That's what Kendra said. It definitely is, but you gotta find peace in yourself, Kendra. You can't let things keep you down. You can't let things keep you down. And another thing, let me see if this works for you because it kind of works for me. Trick yourself if you peed off. Just smile and see if it makes your stomach feel a little better. It actually works for me. Sometimes when I be mad, I just go like this. I just smile for no reason. It actually makes me feel a little better. I know I'm Sean Ye and myself, but why not? We shouldn't be holding the anger and stress and problems on ourselves because who's going to feel it? Us. Shake it off. Nope, don't hold that crap. Woosah, anytime you feel that way, and keep on trying to strive to do better. That's what we need to concentrate on. That's what we need to concentrate on. Kendra Walker, thumbs up. Car Care said, word up. Natalie said, Michael, it's not like when we're in school anymore. It's not. Remember, y'all, come on, the first day of school used to be something, boy. If y'all used to be on y'all clothes like Detroit people, like New York people, like we wasn't playing on the first day. Tell me y'all wasn't playing about them outfits on the first day when y'all, but it wasn't just about the outfits. It was actually about learning. It was actually about school. It was actually about being good in your class and doing something because you kind of look, you stand out back in the day if you was a thunter. There's too many smart people around. You're going to be like, yo, you got to put him in the other class because he ain't keeping up the speed. They're going to put you in the slow class and nobody want to be in the slow class. That's why sometimes you should call people out for what they are because it'll make them strive through what they got to deal with. I know a lot of, excuse my French, handicapped people, elderly people, and people that people would call slow. Man, listen, they don't play that game. They work hard to make themselves stand out and be the people that they are, and don't use their physical ailments and things of that nature to hold them back. You gotta want more for yourself. You gotta hunger. You gotta keep on pushing, and that's why I do our bottom line every day because I know where we're gonna be. I keep on doing this. Come on now. Y'all already know what it is. We the best. Ain't nobody messing with us. Let's get the rest of this content out though.
Thank you. Under the action I'm taking today, a small handful of Democrats and others that we have employed for a long time, and there are some Republicans, but not too many, I have to be honest with you. But the department's useful functions, and such as, and they're in charge of them, Pell Grants, Title I funding, resources for children with disabilities and special needs will be preserved, fully preserved. They're all going to be. So if you look at the Pell Grants, supposed to be a very good program, Title I funding and resources for children with special disabilities and special needs. They're going to be preserved in full. and redistributed to various other agencies and departments that will take very good care of them. And that's very important to Linda, I know, and it's very important to all of us. But beyond these core necessities, my administration will take all lawful steps to shut down the department. We're going to shut it down and shut it down as quickly as possible. It's doing us no good. We want to return our students to the states where just some of the governors here are so happy about this. They want education to come back to them, to come back to the states, and they're going to do a phenomenal job. You know, if you look, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, I have to tell you, I give them a lot of credit. China's top 10. And so we can't now say that bigness is making it impossible to educate, because China is very big. But you have countries that do a very good job in education. And I really believe, like some of the governors here today, from states that run very, very well, including a big state like Texas, but states that run very well are going to have education that will be as good as Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and those top, Finland, those top countries that do so well with it.
If you guys want to look it up, you will see the rankings. We are very low. So let's not lie to ourselves and say that what he's saying is not the truth. All of those people that don't like the network, that don't like Donald Trump, that don't like him from a can of paint, see if the message is true by Googling it or Binging it or whatever you do to search. See if the information is true before you smack the person. Now we got to keep going, because we got another situation with our president where he says Zelensky in the U.S., he says to Zelensky that the U.S. should run the nuclear power plants in Ukraine. Seems like he's trying to stack the deck right now on Ukraine, pressing that thumb down. I don't care. Y'all call me what y'all want. I'm calling it for what it is. Businessman, we gave you the $350 million. We're going to need the minerals. By the way, what else can we get? You think y'all can let us run y'all nuclear y'all power plants too? Because that's what they're asking for right now too. And Vladimir Putin is asking for some more stuff too. So this is going to be a negotiation. And again, it seems to me, not even seems to me, he's trying to get a lot of our monetary back, as well as gain a good footing in Ukraine. Call me what you want. Don't think I'm saying the truth. Here we go right here. This is what's going on. Check it.
And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. Today, Ukrainian President Zelensky agreeing to a limited ceasefire between Kyiv and Moscow. As President Donald Trump suggested during a call with the embattled country's leader, he consider American ownership of Ukraine's power plants to ensure their long-term security here. Another new novel foreign policy idea. Fox's Greg Palcott with more details.
Russian forces launching a massive air attack on Ukraine Tuesday night that targeted hospitals and transportation. Ukraine.
So I hate to stop the video. The reason I'm saying what I'm saying is because Vladimir Zelensky, who is the president of Ukraine, said every time we try to do a deal with Vladimir Putin, he always goes against his deal. This bombing came an hour after President Trump and Vladimir Putin had a conversation. This bombing right here. So is Zelensky possibly telling the truth when he says, I'm going to need to have a little more security in knowing that if we do pull out a war over there, are they going to stop? He says he's already done it 12 times. And every single time, Vladimir Putin goes back on the deal. This is perfect answers right here. This is the truth. This is an hour after the negotiations. So y'all tell me if the negotiations talks are going good or bad. Let's go by what's actually happening versus conversation.
Ukrainian power grid was also hit less than an hour after President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin agreed to a very limited ceasefire covering energy targets.
Let's take a big grain of salt here and let's remember our recent history with Vladimir Putin.
The two leaders spoke for about 90 minutes on Tuesday. The White House says a peace agreement was discussed, but Putin stopped short of signing off on a broader ceasefire and renewed his calls for an end to military aid to Ukraine, though President Trump denies that subject came up.
Right now, you have a lot of guns pointing at each other, and a ceasefire without going a little bit further would have been tough. I think we had a great call. It lasted almost 2 hours. talked about a lot of things and toward getting it to peace.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said his country is open to proposals that lead toward ending the war, but rejected Putin's demand to stop foreign aid, warning it would weaken Ukraine. He is speaking with President Trump today, but says he's skeptical that Putin is ready for peace.
I think it would weaken foreign aid. I kind of agree with him. I think it would, I don't know about foreign aid. I think it would weaken Ukraine if he don't stand up and make sure that they're not secure. What do you guys think about this? Because it's like right in your face. It's like exactly what happened an hour later. So here we go. Now we don't. Why do we need to help them? That's what JJ Shoddy said. Daniel Rosario, we have to help Ukraine. We do have to help Ukraine, JJ. We do. We do have to help them. Kendra Walker said, thumbs up. Car care. Most people can't make it into business. What else? We got Shannon, and it wasn't in old weapons that would have costed us so much to tear apart, and the money was spent on new weapons here in America. Okay, Josh said, yeah, listen to John. He's the expert. Okay, what John got to say. John Smith said, we don't want Canada. It's a crappy country with all their problems. Panama is ours anyway, and Greenland ain't given in anyway, Shannon. We're giving a lot of money to Canada already, if that's what John is trying to say. We're already footing the bill of over $250 billion a year, as per what Donald Trump said. What else we got over here? Car Care says bankruptcy is no way to judge a person. Definitely ain't. Many people go bankrupt, and they do it on purpose to levy their businesses and make sure that it doesn't help them personally. That's another reason why people get LLCs. Dark Matters Project says we didn't give them $350 million. We gave them $125 billion. Get your facts straight. So is that what you're saying? His numbers are incorrect. Is what they're saying. They're saying that we didn't give them 350. They're saying that we only gave them 150. So in the comments, we have a conflict going on right here.
Any negotiations are a fragile opportunity, especially when it comes to the Russians, who have so far demonstrated their unwillingness to end the war.
National Security Advisor Mike Waltz and Secretary of State Marco Rubio will travel to Saudi Arabia on Sunday to continue talks on a full ceasefire. In London, Greg Palcott.
I mean, at least they're talking, but as far as they're striking each other back and forth. But you guys do remember a week prior, Ukraine had hit one of their had hit them. So it's back and forth. They're retaliatory right now. It's like, hey, you hitting us. Even though they're going through these peace talks, this is what I see. Even though they're going through these peace talks, the possible peace talks, they're still striking back and forth at each other. And to the people in the comments that are saying, why do we need to worry about Ukraine? I'm only going to give you my part of what I feel. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but as soon as the Ukraine war started, the economy got really bad. As well as, it already was, but as far as like for trading, anything that had to do with crypto, I know I always bring this up, but it really hurt the crypto market. And I don't know if you guys noticed it, but soon as the war came, it just killed the crypto market. So whatever you had in crypto, as far as cryptocurrency, it wasn't even worth anything. It took 2.5 years, almost 2 years, for it to start the level where I can get out evenly. I just got to be honest with you guys. I don't trade small and play around like that. I had a certain amount in, and I'm talking about what I put in was just like, boom, done. And it took a ton of time for it to levy off, so I just left it alone. It's just a lot to deal with. So that is one thing financially, and then when it comes down to trade and business and stuff like that, I think it'd be much better because it was much better prior to all of the sanctions on Russia, as well as all of the war. And then how about death? How about people dying? How about that? Forget about the money and stuff. There's people actually dying on the battlefield. So have a heart about that. Same way I'm asking you guys, have a heart. And hit that like button. Hit them 3 buttons. Hit those 3 dots over there. Hit that like button to let your boy know that you appreciate the fact that we've been up since 6 o'clock delivering this content to you guys. Because now we got to bring you another clip. This is President Donald Trump as he escalates the fight with the federal judge over the deportation flights. I also have a particular feeling about this judge and what he's doing to try to hinder the process of getting illegal migrants out. Now I'm going to give you my personal feeling on illegal immigrants. I feel that they should go home. Number one. Number two, the ones that committed crimes that were here, they need to go to jail, then get deported and go home. Nothing else. That's just how I feel about it. Right now, we got to get into this crap about this judge that wants to act like he has executive privileges to tell the president what he should and should not be doing. I think it's really bad, and I don't like the support that he's getting in doing it because it's totally political at this point. Why do we want to keep people in our country that are doing things like this? I just don't get it. I just don't. So let's go. Let's get into it.
To the Trump administration's immigration crackdown as it escalates its attacks on a federal judge in the legal battle over the deportation flights of hundreds of Venezuelans. Our chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce is tracking the very latest. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Lindsay. Well, the Trump administration is now facing a federal judge's deadline in just hours. The court demanding more information about these deportation flights and whether they violated the judge's order. This morning, the court demanding answers, giving the Trump administration until noon today to turn over information about those hasty deportation flights carrying hundreds of Venezuelan migrants who the White House says are violent gang members.
Our lawyers are working on this. We will answer appropriately.
But so far, the administration has been stonewalling. Judge James Boasberg says he wants specifics about when exactly the flights took off and left U.S. airspace. After the
Who the hell are you? Judge James Boasberg want to know. Who are you trying to debo somebody? What is this? You serious? They literally had the nerve to say, turn the planes around and bring the criminals back. Did y'all hear about that? Y'all wasn't watching yesterday's episode. Y'all wasn't watching that, was you? Wasn't watching that episode. What else we got? Car care. Some people don't know greatness. What else we got here? We got Eduardo. It's called checks and balances, so no branch can take full power. Okay, what else we got? We got JJ. What is a woman? Okay, we got JJ Shoddy. I'm not talking to you. You're too smart for me. JJ, stay on topic before you leave. How about that? I don't need nobody talking about JJ Shoddy saying anything on off topic anymore. Because JJ, you can bounce, baby. Okay, here we go. Mark Pressure, JJ, then what was your point? See, you messing up stuff in here and you got other stuff, you got people throwing off the topic. Car care, call Citigroup for personal financial analysis if you want to be successful. Okay, what else we got? That was a nice compliment, JJ Shoddy. You almost redeemed yourself. You said smartest woman in the chat. Okay. Ignorance is bliss. And you got JJ Shoddy say, you're so smart. I don't know if you're being sarcastic. Mark Fresher, people are born and die. Okay. Gotta go, buddy. Gotta go. Too many people talking about you with the sideline stuff. Bam! I'm sorry, you guys. JJ Shoddy is no longer with us. I may be wrong for getting rid of him, but he is not staying on topic, and he's causing everyone else to not stay on topic. You have a fantastic day, JJ Shoddy. Have a good one.
The administration ignored his verbal directive to turn the planes around and return the migrants to the U.S. immediately. Boasberg writing that he's seeking this information not as an unnecessary judicial fishing expedition, but to determine if the order was deliberately flouted, and if so, what the consequences should be. But the White House escalating its fight with the judiciary.
They are trying to dictate policy from the President of the United States. Exactly. They are trying to clearly slow walk this administration's...
So if they taking them off the plane, got their head down, shaving their head, know who they are, putting them in the prison, people over here talking about, no, they should have a fair day in court. Even though they came over here illegally, like I said, we don't got the money for that. And you know how that lady said back in the day that meme that went viral? Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't care. Call me what you want. Put them on the plane. Send them back. Cut their hair. Let them deal with them. Because when they came over here in those caravans, everybody was just saying, hey, there's a caravan of people that's coming over the border. People was acting like, oh, what are we going to do? And they just walking just like this, like the Day of the Dead. And exactly, they probably not coming to kill you, but they coming to drain you of all your resources and all of the calmness and everything that cool going on in your neighborhood. Yeah, it's not good. It was terrible. So if they can be calm and walk over here illegally, they can be calm and leave. And they can get the hell out of here. I don't care what y'all call me. Call me what you want. Get my bags. Meet me at the airport. I might just be there. I might show up.
Agenda, and it's unacceptable.
Boasberg, acting within his authority, is examining the president's use of a rarely used law, the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, to deport the Venezuelan migrants with little to no due process. The administration insists the men deported were all gang members, but has not released their identities and provided little evidence of the threat they posed, citing privacy concerns.
We're not going to reveal the operational details of a counter-terrorism operation for quite obvious reasons.
Asked if the country is nearing a constitutional crisis, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer weighing in.
Our democracy is at risk because Donald Trump shows that he wishes to violate the laws in many, many different ways.
The president even calling for the impeachment of Boasberg. And now sources tell ABC News Elon Musk, the world's richest man, has been making maximum donations up to $3,500 to the congressional campaigns of several Republicans who have publicly spoken out against Boasberg and backed calls for his impeachment. But Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska is warning of the dangers of the administration's showdown with the judiciary.
When the court's orders are defied, that weakens our courts. When the people no longer believe that the system of justice is there for them.
When the president's orders are defied, that weakens the president's power. Same thing I can say. Thunther, looking like the creep jeepers. I mean, the creep from whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Creep show. Get out of here. Get my bags. What y'all got to say about this crap? Trying to let these people stay over in our country and overrun us. And y'all don't live in a sanctuary city like me where I got to deal with that nonsense every day. It's crazy outside. I'm telling you. You try to walk across the street, you be like, you know what? There's too many people on this side of the street. Let me walk to the other side. Boom, walk into another crowd. Oh, let me walk over. Boom, walk into another crowd. Man, I'm going to take y'all outside and let y'all see the new New York. You would not want to be here. I'm telling you. Y'all think it was just full like that on St. Patrick's Day? No, that's every day. It's crazy downtown. What else we got over here? They got to go. Rebecca said they got to go. Yep, and I'll take it personal. Do whatever y'all want. Say whatever y'all want. Yes, sir, you speaking the truth, brother. Get them the hell out of here. All of them. Kids and all. Call me what you want. Anyone can speak their opinion, but please don't name call. We can do this. We can do this. VIP auction group. Certainly does. Kendra Walker said. Kona said, Donald Trump and Elon Musk, God bless them. Donald Trump is the best president that we have ever had. I agree with a lot of things that Donald Trump is doing, but not a lot. If he negotiates with Kathy Hochul on this congestion pricing, that's when me and him are going to have a little bit of beef. I'm also seeing things where they're talking about taking out statues, things that have to do with stuff that have to do with history. I don't like that. Call me what you want. I don't like the stuff about the Tuskegee Airmen being taken off of the Pentagon's website. I do not like that. I don't think that's correct. Call me what you want. These are my opinions. Still going. What else y'all got? Mad Hatter. El Salvador will treat them with decency. No worries on that. Yeah, they're going to get the decency they need, right, Mad Hatter? James H. Everybody should follow the rules. Borders are necessary and need to be enforced. Yeah, that's right. Everyone should follow the rules. That means coming into the country legally. So I'm sorry to say, it's kind of like this to me. If you're not following the rules once you're over here and you get caught committing crimes, SA, things against children, selling fentanyl and stuff like that, no, get up out of here. Court spend more money on you? No, thank you. Waiting and feeding you and taking and putting you in a correctional facility so the overpopulation can keep on going? Nope. Put them on a plane, get my bags, meet me at the airport. Get them up out of here. Call me what you want. Crypt Keeper, you got to go. Now we're going to keep on going. We got another video here that I want you guys to see. This one here is basically Xi Jinping. He's kind of stewing about, what's this, the Panama Canal now and BlackRock. I want to talk to you guys about this one. I got a question for you guys. The word came up. Hope they don't come get me, but this is the next video. BlackRock has supposedly bought up a whole bunch of this land near the Panama Canal. Is this the Panama Canal, or are they talking about, I'm sorry, is it the Panama Canal because I know Xi Jinping has a problem with what's going on now because he wanted to get that land. But it seems as if there's a little discrepancy here because BlackRock actually bought it. So my question is, when you hear the word BlackRock, it doesn't seem American to me. It seems like a private company. I don't know too much about BlackRock. You guys are really going to have to help me on this clip right here because it's some information about what's going on with Xi Jinping being kind of peed off with Trump for scoring a major victory. I want you guys to help me out with this right here. This is a story right here that I think is important for us to know, and I have a question about the BlackRock situation.
Welcome back. Chinese President Xi Jinping reportedly furious over a Hong Kong company's plan to sell its Panama Canal ports to a U.S. group led by BlackRock. The Wall Street Journal reports Xi originally wanted to use the canal as a bargaining chip when dealing with President Trump. China and Hong Kong now are threatening the $23 billion deal to purchase 2 ports near the Panama Canal, currently owned by Chinese firm CK Hutchison. BlackRock did the deal, acquired several ports, including those 2. The company's chief executive says the deal deserves serious attention, saying, quote, the Hong Kong government urges foreign governments to provide a fair and just environment for enterprises. We oppose the abusive use of coercion and bullying tactics in international economic and trade relations. Joining me now is the Gatestone Institute senior fellow and author of Plan Red, China's Project to Destroy America, Gordon Chang, back with me. Gordon, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Maria.
So I would have thought that Li Ka-shing, who runs CK Hutchison, would be someone that the Chinese would be proud of. He's among the richest people in the world, has done incredibly well, but he did a deal with Larry Fink and BlackRock to sell port companies, including those 2 ports operating near the Panama Canal. Suddenly, the head of Hong Kong is upset about it. Your reaction?
Well, when John Lee, the chief executive of Hong Kong, says, oh, we're opposed to international bullying, that's exactly what Xi Jinping is doing to CK Hutchison, because China is now threatening anti-monopoly regulations against CK Hutchison. And remember, this deal is really important because it is 43 port operations with 199 berths in 23 countries. And this shows you that China's position around the world is fragile. President Trump scored a major victory, and now Xi Jinping is just stewing about it, probably with very little that he can actually do.
Yeah.
Do we own BlackRock? Is that an American-owned company? So that's my question. I don't know too much about BlackRock. Excuse me for my ignorance. I'm going to have to do homework on BlackRock, because if BlackRock is ascertaining that land and we're scoring it as a victory, it seems to me that should be an American thing. Or help me out here, guys. I don't want to keep on sounding like a thunter because I don't know. BlackRock is an American investment company. Okay, thank you, Rebecca. It's an American investment company. Okay, Mark Pressure said, Michael, keep an open mind. Not everyone has the same opinion as you, and that's okay. Brian Pumper, little brother, baby Pumper. Yeah, I'm going to let you get one of those off. Floating bus, capitalism for the win as usual. Okay, what else we got? We got Matthew says, BlackRock is not Blackwater. At sense, Blackwater is the military contractor you're thinking of. Okay, we got your comment out, Matthew. Thanks for straightening us out on that aspect. VIP Auction Group said, Michael, keep scrolling. What else we got? John Smith said BlackRock LLC is a bunch of investors that do things that work under the radar. They do things with the CIA that don't have the answers. Oh, okay. Read what John Smith said. Okay. Michael Molina said, we are watching a sheep consuming propaganda in real time. Damn, Michael, I didn't know you ain't want to be here. I'll help you out. Bang! Out of here. You ain't got to watch me, brother. You can keep it moving. How that song go? Keep on moving. Don't stop like the hands of time. Tick-tock. So, Michael, you can kick a rock for a block without a sock. See you later, Michael. Don't want to be you. And that was a lot of good information, because I was thinking on both aspects. I don't really know who owns BlackRock. I heard what you said when you gave me that information there, Kendra. Thank you for that investment company. But They've been known to do a couple of other things that I heard. So, and I'm going to just zip it to the lip it and keep on moving to the next story because you don't need nobody coming to check me out. And let's do that. Let's keep it moving. All right. How are we doing this? Okay. We're making a living hell for former Hunter Biden whistleblower. The whistleblower has now told everything. How they were being told what to do. How they were being told to slow the process down for Hunter Biden. What they basically were trying to move along with their IRS case against Hunter Biden, but it was being slowed down by who? The administration. I want to get into this part right here. This was great information to know. Thank you guys for helping me out with understanding what BlackRock is. I, myself, am going to be doing much more homework just to get some more fat on my brain to understand what's going on in that part. But right now, I want to show you what these former Hunter Biden whistleblowers that are saying as they describe the IRS under the Biden administration and what they were doing.
Gary Shapley and Joseph Ziegler, the two IRS whistleblowers who claim that the DOJ slow-walked and blocked their probe into Hunter Biden and his finances and the tax returns that the IRS wasn't getting and all of this. So now these two individuals who had the courage to come forward are being promoted to senior advisors at the Treasury Department where they will help, quote, drive much needed cultural reform within the IRS, says the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent. In 2023, Shapley claimed that the prosecutor leading the Hunter probe, David Weiss, was blocked from bringing charges by then Attorney General Merrick Garland, something that Garland and Weiss have fiercely denied. Shapley also claimed then prosecutor Leslie Wolf said that there was probable cause to search a home of Hunter Biden's, but worried about, quote, the optics. Wolf told Congress that she, quote, followed the facts where they led and acted consistently with DOJ policy. Hunter ultimately pled guilty on these tax charges, and then he was pardoned by his father in December. Here are Shapley and
So he pled guilty. He would have got his head rocked off by the IRS until his father pardoned him. Oh, and that's why they slowed it until you got the pardon. Now it makes sense. It makes sense now to me, y'all. What y'all think about Hunter the Smoker? Doom, 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 doom. I can feel it. Boom, doom, 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 doom. I can feel it. Yeah, and you don't stop, cause it's 187 on another rock. Yeah, and you don't quit, cause this dude right here likes to take another hit. And you don't stop. And you don't stop. Allegedly. We're not trying to get in any trouble over here. But y'all heard about that bag of that was caught in the White House, right? They trying to say that bag kind of belonged to your boy right there. He must have been, where my bag at? Where my stuff? Your boy Smokey right there. And on another note, bring you up to date. Do you know that Tiger Woods is dating his ex-girl? Come on, Tiger. You could do better than that. Stop it. If you think you're going to make a profit. Come on now. Y'all did. Come on, Tiger. You know better than that. Mad Hatter, Bugatti looking to USA and land sales to foreign governments, 45 million acres. I saw that already. John Smith, pretty good there. Thank you. VIP Auction Group. You can send a super chat or super sticker by clicking the dollar bill icon. Oh, thank you guys so much. The person that just gave me that, I really appreciate it. Mark Fresher. If a media source is the only side reporting a story, that means that the other side is scared to talk about it. It all happens it all happens all the time. That's right. Kendra Walker said, VIP, appreciate you. I do also appreciate VIP Auction Group all the time for not only the $2.99 love right there, but for always stepping in and for having great comments and content. Hopefully VIP Auction Group, go ahead and become a member. I appreciate you. Send me an address. Might get a t-shirt. That's how we do it around here because we appreciate our people, our co-hosts that help us keep it going. Natalie said, didn't they find coke multiple times in the White House, but unable to find who did it when there's cameras everywhere? Like I said, I can feel it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. This one here, yeah, I mean, he looked cokey. He looked like somebody that's coming up like, yo, how much? What you got? You got trays or nicks? Come on, man.
Ziegler testifying in front of Congress in 2023. Watch.
The Delaware U.S. Attorney's Office and Department of Justice handling the Hunter Biden tax investigation was very different from any other case in my 14 years at the IRS.
Wow.
At every stage, decisions were made that benefited the subject of this investigation.
I believe I'm risking my career, my reputation, and my casework outside of the investigation we are here to discuss. I ultimately made the decision to come forward after what I believe were multiple attempts at blowing the whistle in the Internal Revenue Service, at the Internal Revenue Service. No one should be above the law, regardless of your political affiliation.
Yeah, so there we go. Y'all already know what it is. He would have been in them bracelets and they would have got him, but his dad wasn't trying to let him go out like that. But that does not mean that those state cases may not be coming to fruition, you guys. Because he got those state cases, and because of the way that he treated the feds, the state ain't playing. And guess what? It don't matter what jail you go to, because Yale is Yale. Jail is jail, baby. Club Fed might be a little easier for you, but jail is jail when your freedom is taken away from you. Real talk. Andre Edwards says, how can your own dad pardon you? Is that not conflict of interest? VIP Auction Group said, David, facts, not feelings. No need for name calling here. John Smith, what about the gun violation? Yeah, but that was, John, who said that? John, he was pardoned. He was pardoned for it. He was pardoned. Oh, let me see. Man, I had a Martha Stewart, jail, not jail. VIP, David, facts, not feelings. No need for name calling here. VIP, so we got to look out at David, right? Let me pay attention to David and see what David is saying in the comments, because if he have to go. Thank you for putting the ball up in the air, because that's how we work around here, David. When you're saying disrespectful stuff or you're not staying on topic, one of our co-hosts throws you up in the air, and then I come over with the button, and BAM! You out of there. So it's kind of like you got pre-warned. You can be gangster right now and start talking crap so I can see you and get you out of here faster, or you can comply. That's on you. How we going to do this is we're going to move on to the next story that I think is very important. I have a personal feeling about this story, and I think this is the reason why the police officers of New York City are leaving the force. I also feel as if the detectives that have authority, that have been around for a long time, they're leaving as well. It's just like when President Trump came in, a lot of people decided that they wanted to go in the army. They wanted to serve. They felt like they wanted to be helpful for their country. Many people joined the Homeland Security to secure the borders. Many people felt that it was their responsibility under leadership that they felt enthusiastic behind to take these positions. This happens in many different places. In clothing, it happens in many different regards, whether it's Kobe Bryant looking up to Jordan, whether it's just wanting to stand behind people because you want to be a part of the situation. I say all this build up because our commissioner, Commissioner Tisch, the former, the police commissioner, Commissioner Tisch, who is the former sanitation commissioner. You get where I'm going here? The former sanitation commissioner is now the police commissioner. She's about, I would say about 50-something years old. Before that position at the sanitation department, she was dealing with stuff in the office as far as counterterrorism. She was in the head of department over here as far as police, doing that stuff. Never a police officer, never walked the beat, never actually came up through rankings as a police officer. Please let me know if you guys follow what I'm saying here. We have traditional roles in certain jobs, police, firemen, and certain things of that nature. How would you feel if you bust your butt for years to go up in rank to get a position, and now the job is being given to the last person that was telling you how to move garbage around or what to do in that regard? That's one thing. Also, if you don't know what the hell you're doing and you're trying to tell people that do know what the hell they're doing, their job, they're going to take that as a very discrediting, like, why didn't I get this job? You guys get passed over all the time. You know how it feels. So what happens is they start to quit. A lot of people don't want to serve under that person. DEI starts to gain momentum, and then we get Commissioner Tish, who doesn't know what? Her ass from her elbow. I digress. It's time to get into this clip because we got a conversation that we got to talk about right now regarding people not wanting to become police officers, and they're finally telling the truth. And she says she's not going to sugarcoat it because the New York Police Department is facing a staffing crisis. So when they saying they're putting more police in the trains, they're doing this and they're doing that. How you doing that with the same amount of police and nobody's coming on board? Oh, my bad. You're doing it with the DEI included police officers that we showed you yesterday, the 5'1" lady that couldn't even fit her hat. Let's call it what it is. If you're going to defend the state, the city against criminals, we need police officers that can actually defend and not get beat up and have to get help by pedestrians, which is what's going on in New York. This is real stuff right here. Call me what you want. It is what it is. Let's go.
I lived in New York for 34 years, and I worked as a police officer there as well.
Officer Malik Williams is a native New Yorker, but recently left a career with the NYPD for the Sunshine State.
So far, Orlando Police Department has been the best decision that I made so far.
And the police commissioner is eyes wide open as an exodus of experienced cops continues to plague the NYPD.
And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The NYPD is in a hiring crisis. And this is not a budget problem.
All of the police unions in the city are sounding the alarm too.
I have just a little under 1,700 that could retire by the end of the year.
Scott Munro became president of the Detectives Union last summer. He's working day and night to keep that good old-fashioned shoe leather from walking out the door.
Counterterrorism used to have about 150 people in counterterrorism after 9/11. There's 12 detectives in counterterrorism right now.
Are things falling through the cracks?
Not yet, but the question is, do you wait till it does?
Munro says current detective staffing sits just under 5,000. 2,000 fewer than before 9/11, and so far this year, 390 of them have already filed walking papers, on pace to shatter all of last year's 453 retirements. But the cops aren't calling it a career. Like Officer Williams, they're pursuing a better work-life balance. Yeah. But currently, 300 new detectives are being trained.
It takes years to cultivate that skill.
Michael Alcazar was an NYPD detective until 2019. He now teaches criminal justice at John Jay College and was shocked to hear the average detective is now taking on over 500 cases a year and working patrol shifts, too.
500 cases a year, working patrol shifts. How are they actually closing their cases? How are they doing what they need to do? I want to see if you guys agree with me in the comments. If you don't, it's okay. But I do want to know where you at in the understanding of what's going on here. They said he had 12 damn police working in the counterterrorist department. Damn. Since the states of department suffers because the people they do hire would not make it normally, so they lower the bar. Car care, they try to knock the building many times. Rena Brown, we need more officers. They're not going to serve under her. I'm telling you now. Natalie, thank you to everyone who served in the military. We owe you our lives. We definitely do, and thanks to my dad. 80s Baby said unions. John Smith, pay raises needed. It's not the pay. They don't want to work under her. I'm telling you what it is. You let that dude that they put in there right there that's talking, you let him become the commissioner. Watch how many people say, I'm coming to serve now. It's about that too. Don't nobody want to serve under this lady, man. Call me what you want. Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I mean, I'm going there to have meetings and she's just like, situations like, don't even know how to talk right. Like, come on. Let one of these scary looking Irish or Scottish men that used to do it. Yeah, I'm sorry to say it with the white hair, one of them guys over there. Yeah, this is what we're doing. I got to be honest about it, man. I got to be honest about it. A drill sergeant, think about it. Who's a drill sergeant? A man. Call it what you want. This is what we're doing. You gonna listen to it that as a drill sergeant? Yeah, I love y'all. Mary, you know I love you as a woman. Betty, you know I love you. I love all y'all women. But I want to really make sure that y'all protected. Let's get some men in the force and let's get this damn lady the hell out of here because she don't know what she's doing. Think about how many other officers are saying, hey, you know she used to be with sanitation, right? Now she's our boss. Call it what it is. Shower room talk, whatever it is, it's that too. And then, yes, we got the money to pay. Somebody said we ain't got the money, raise the pay. It ain't about that. How about this? If a police officer arrests somebody, I'm black, I'm gonna call it what it is. Y'all gonna be like, for real, Bugatti? Yes, I'm gonna call it what it is. If they arrest somebody, 9 times out of 10, by the time the person go to court, the judge gonna let them right out, whatever the case is. It's not gonna stick because they're gonna throw it out or it's gonna go to a misdemeanor, right? When you're a police officer, you gain rank by cases. You gain rank by arrests. I'm not trying to say that, oh, we should try to go get a whole bunch of arrests. But if you're actually active and doing your job as a police officer and you're doing positive arrests, taking criminals off the street, your reward is taking that sergeant's test, getting the next level, and moving forward because of your arrest record. They're not making the arrest records anymore. Why, Bugatti? Because we got all these judges that's letting the criminals out of jail. So now the police officer's saying, you know what? I can't even get no damn rank over there. I'm out. And then they do what? Go to states that actually pay more, that is less drama. Look, he's in Miami right now. Ain't got to worry about no whole bunch of migrants jumping him and all of that because of not enough police officers or brothers on the office to help him, on the force to help him. Did you see the police officer get jumped by the migrants on 42nd Street? I walked by the same guys yesterday. They chilling outside right now. The police tried to arrest one of them. Other 3 of them stomped the police on his head, beat him down. Boop, 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 boop. They all got locked up, came right out of jail. So y'all could call me what y'all want. Y'all want criminals moving around so ladies can be scared to death downtown right next to Macy's? Yeah, because Macy's on 34th Street. You know where they hang out? Everybody talking about the Roosevelt. Y'all want to take a walk with me? Somebody that really live in New York? Let's go over to the Penn Hotel. Let's go over to the Pennsylvania where they're not talking about that hotel, or right around the corner where they got the Venezuelan consulate at, where they all hanging out in the front selling stuff out of the little thermoses and stuff like that. Oh, y'all don't know what I'm talking about? Or you can walk right across the street on 35th and you might have one of the brothers talking about, hey, see that lady right there? It's my wife, but it's okay. On 35th Street, across the street from Madison Square Garden. Think I'm lying? Call me what you want. Get my bags, meet me at the airport. I live here. I know what I'm talking about. What we got here? John Smith, pay raises is needed. John Smith, them pay raises ain't gonna do jack. Nothing. What else we got? Natalie said, sounds like she was a DEI hire, and I'm glad that Natalie said it. Thank you. Victory J, he funny. Yo, Victoria, 100% correct. 80s baby boy, exactly. Leave the police department to the Irish. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody understand what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm black saying it. So understand what I'm talking about. I ain't racist at all. You better get my bags if you think I am. We the same. But let them Irish run that police office. Put some blacks in there. Get some Spanish for the certain areas like Washington Heights and stuff like that. Get her out of there immediately and watch what happens. Watch what happens. I'm telling you straight up and down. Matthew said bail issues with judges and charges issues with DA after arrest. See, y'all know I ain't bullshit. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know what I'm talking about right now. You know I'm not lying. Sanctuary City, facts, said Rebecca. John Smith, true. My wife's dad was second in command here in Nashville. There you go. See that? Natalie said she has no business in her position. She should be investigated. I would like to know why, who hired her, and how she was able to get that position without experience. Finally. Y'all are my people. Oh my God, I love y'all. Now, and y'all got the nerve to ask me why I do this every day. Screenshot it, brought water to my eyes. Y'all ain't no joke. This is why I do what I do. Common sense people that understand what's going on. Do you know how hard it is to find people that understand the truth and really know what's going on out here? I be feeling like I'm talking to people with rocks in their head. And why I do this? Man, I love y'all because y'all got common sense and y'all know what's going on.
Are going to be delayed in solving The rate of solving homicides are low now.
The average murder arrest rate last year in the city was just under 50%.
I want justice for my son.
He says this staffing crisis could affect grieving families and average New Yorkers.
You learn by doing, and you learn by being guided by a veteran. So I just feel like cases will suffer.
The NYPD is attempting to beef up department staffing level.
Beefing up department status. I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you at all. And you look like, come on, dog. Junior high school, you about to go to lunch? This is what we're getting right now. Who's letting this happen? The same damn commissioner that got in there the same way. And then you wonder why crime is so high in New York, why you got sensible people like me, like I'm not gonna be outside that late because all this shit that's going on, straight up and down. It is what it is. And I'm telling y'all right now, until she leave, we're gonna have this problem because it's in the rankings that's pissed off about it. It ain't just about the hires. The rankings are leaving. And then you heard what he said. You have to learn from a seasoned veteran. You guys saw that movie with Sean Penn. Y'all saw colors, 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 colors. I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking. Y'all saw that when Pac-Man was getting taught by the older cop and then he went through all of that stuff and at the end of it, Pac-Man was like watching the rookie cop run like, yeah, I'm gonna teach you. You have to learn from seasoned people who are in the industry, in that field. And I keep on moving, y'all, because like I said, y'all already know we the #1 show in the morning. When we get into what we got to get into, ain't nobody messing with us from the 6 or 7 o'clock hour. Y'all appreciate the content. Somebody said we only have 53 likes. I know I'm doing better than 53 likes. Do me a favor, y'all. I'm asking for my likes. I want those likes to run up like crazy right now. I appreciate the comments, but everybody in the comments, go ahead and please do me that favor. Hit that like button. We got much more in the clip. People that are just freeloading, I'm gonna need y'all, because y'all been here for a while. That means you appreciate what's going on. I ain't asking for no money over there. Y'all see that still at whatever the real brother gave us, VIP auction group. Ain't nobody asking for no money. But if I would appreciate if we can get those numbers up, because we looking like we on crack. We looking like Hunter Biden right now. And we don't deserve that over here at Our Bottom Line, because we doing our thing. So I would appreciate everybody under the sound of my voice, you right there that's watching me, do me a favor, hit that like button. I really appreciate that. We're going to do that right there. Let me see that happen right there. Let's see what we can get these likes up to. We got 126 people in the building. We only got 68 likes, but that's cool. It's averaging, and I guess it's Friday. A lot of people don't want to be on this early. They're doing what they got to do. That doesn't mean that we don't have to continue doing our job and getting this content out. Let's go. Let's get these likes up. I know lots of cops said car care. Victory J said, don't forget to subscribe. Kendra Walker said, yes, honey, that movie is a classic. That's right, but it also taught you what's necessary. It taught you a small thing, what the police need to know. And just like that experienced police officer said, we need to let experienced police officers train the new people that's coming up. Now we're going to keep on moving on because we got this Michigan hospital situation. I told y'all I got some love for Michigan. We going to Detroit. We got some situations right here with some nut job that actually worked at the hospital, pulled out and started shooting. He actually, I'm going to let you see what happened at the police station. What happened at the hospital, as well as the follow-up. Everybody out there in Detroit, anybody in Michigan, you guys know anything about this story right here? Somebody went lunatic and basically started shooting in the hospital.
The search is included with canines, drones, and helicopters throughout the area. The victim is a 25-year-old male from Troy who is alive and in stable condition. The suspect is not yet in custody, but not believed to be at the hospital. We will not be releasing any victim or suspect information at this time due to the ongoing investigation. And hopefully later this morning we'll be able to provide further update with some additional information.
So from what I know, there says one person shot at the Cornell Health and Beaumont Hospital in Troy, Michigan. According to the police, the shooting appeared to be isolated. The shooting suspect was still at large as of yesterday, and there was a manhunt underway, right? But y'all already know how we do. We can't just leave that story out there and see what's going on. They actually arrested homeboy already, and I want you guys to see what the neighbors had to say about the arrest once this person got arrested.
What was your background, you said?
I spent 25 years in the military. I recently retired in 2021, so I've been out just a few years now.
Okay, and so you're a neighbor to the house of the suspect where the suspect was arrested?
Yeah, I'm about 5 houses away, so not too far in a neighborhood this size.
Do you know who the suspect is? Like, have you seen him
No,
before?
I didn't recognize this picture on social media, so I can't say that I did.
Okay.
No.
And so tell me, you were really impressed with the whole police operation. Explain to me what you saw.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and thanks for giving me this opportunity just to talk about law enforcement. So, yeah, my house is about 5 houses away, and just from my perspective from inside the windows, what I saw all the police respond in the patrol cars and come around the area. And then after that, I saw that they set up drones to do that. And then I saw a mobile command center. And then I saw SWAT come in. And then I saw some other personnel coming out with more lethal rifles or sniper rifles. So what that meant to me is they had found out where they needed to go. And then they were going to do observation or gather some more intel, which they did with their drone team. So to me, that's so important because the guys that you have on the ground, you want to give as much information as you can to let them know where they're going. And then after that, I started to see the SWAT team move in. So what that told me is they were able to orchestrate all this technology, bring it in, give their people that are on the ground the best information they could before they went into that house. And then what made all this coalesce to me was the mobile command center. When that came in, that told me that, hey, we generally know where this guy's at. We have a pretty high chance of probability that he's here. So now we have to take and be able to synchronize all these units, all these different capabilities coming in together.
Reason I'm showing this video is because it shows a small area as well in Detroit. You see how organized they are? How their police were able to effectively cut this situation off and basically surround this individual? That's why it's important for New York City to have the same sort of experience, connectivity, as well as rapport with each other to know what the hell is going on. Not just running around like Benny Hill. Anybody remember Benny Hill? Because when you have a crime in New York, police come ATF, not alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. They come after the fact. And they asking everybody, what's going on? Putting the wrong people against the wall, arresting all the wrong people. So this is a perfect example of organization. Same day was able to get this person and lock him up. Detroit, salute. Anybody know about this? They said that it was actually one of the workers in Detroit. Renee said Benny Hill. Yes, Benny Hill. Y'all remember Benny Hill. John Smith, good old Benny. Keystone Cops. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Frederick. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And look, that's right, Car Care. Enjoy your life. Andrea Edwards, 21 more likes, y'all. 80s baby boy said crisis actor. Marielle at Car Care, 100% order to the chaos. He is an actor. John Smith, Air Force sounds like just saying. Okay, sounds like just saying. Can't believe them, Car Care. Rena Brown said, why are people walking in the hospital shooting? No, that's somebody that worked there, Rena. Maintaining chaos is a reason for total control, said Car Care. Andrea Edwards said, we need to get 26 more likes. He's given much time and dedication and deserves that at least. Thank you so much, Andrea. Please become a member and subscribe to the channel. You might get a promo t-shirt for being that cool. I got some nice t-shirts over here that I got 2 more females that I need to send these brand new t-shirts out. And these are like the real stretchy. You can almost see through them. These are really nice right here. This is the ancient wash, right? And then we got another one over here that's like a denim wash. I always look out for y'all. So I'm gonna pick a couple of people in the comments so that we can get you guys some product and get y'all some stuff out there. And you know why I could talk like that? Because I be tipping. I be looking out. I be giving y'all stuff. I give you free merch. I pay for shipping and everything. Look at y'all. Woo, look how they get down. They got 0 on your coffee, Bugatti. They ain't got nothing for you. Can't even get no likes. But it's all good. Let's keep it going because we got more in the clip. And I'm sorry for calling you out if it is what it is. I got to be real. I would be fake, and I shouldn't be doing this this live if I was to be half real and half fake. I got to call it what it is. I'll be looking out. Real talk. Now let's get to the next one. We got these attacks on the Tesla dealerships. They're growing nationwide, and guess what? Now they're being federally investigated, and several criminals, watch your head, taking a ride of shame, trying to, and they're saying that there's possibly Elon Musk thinks that there's a higher individual or some paid organization that's actually doing these actions against him. That's what he really thinks. He doesn't think these are like single one-off situations where certain people are peed off at Tesla. He thinks that it's a bigger situation going on with this when it comes down to Tesla, y'all.
The White House is vowing to crack down on the rising number of Tesla attacks at car dealerships across the country.
KTLA Samantha Cortese joins us live with more on the wave of vandalism in protest of Elon Musk and his role in Washington. Sam?
Hi, Sharon, Micah. The ATF and FBI are collaborating with federal, state, and local law enforcement to investigate acts of domestic terrorism surrounding Teslas. Teslas are being torched across the country. Dealerships shot up and set on fire. Spray paint to vandalize and make a statement. People in Southern California are getting notes on their Teslas, calling them complicit Nazis for owning electric cars.
Let's figure out other ways of, dealing with it.
People are protesting Elon Musk's role within President Trump's White House, leading the Department of Government Efficiency's cuts to federal spending.
We think it's despicable what is happening to not just this American company, but also their innocent employees. And again, innocent Americans who drive these vehicles.
What do you guys think about this? Justifiable, or do you think it's not justifiable? I know a lot of people don't like Elon, and another thing, he's messing with a lot of people's money. You know what I'm saying? When you start messing with a lot of rich people's money and you start cutting them off at their monetary source, you're pissing a lot of people off. So you got to expect this. They also saying that a lot of threats have been made against his life. What do you guys think about this right here? Here we go. This shit right here is completely insane. People are really losing their minds over Elon and Trump's bromance. Like, come on, people, chill. John Smith, oh my God, people are crazy. Angels Among Us says still not justifiable. Mad Hatter took cheese away. American Patriot said bring back mental institutions. BN said he's taking their money. They'll try and short his stock. Yeah, they're trying to short the stock. They're trying to intimidate the riders too, the Tesla owners. I actually wanted one of them cars too. Bugatti is a free thinker who's open to learning and exhibits humility. I hope I do. I try my best. Only time I remember Detroit is the strip clubs. That's what 80s baby boy said. Rebecca said, yes, it was a website in the UK, England, can't remember who. Okay. Mark Fesher says, people not liking Tesla, Elon, Trump is fine. Destroying personal property is not. And this sucks because I wanted one of those Teslas. You think the price is going down now? Is it bad for me to think that? Because maybe I can afford one now. Let me stop, y'all. Let's keep on going.
We condemn it wholeheartedly.
Website DogeQuest is doxing alleged Tesla owners all over Los Angeles, Orange, and San Bernardino counties. Creators claim they will delete people's information once they prove they've sold their Tesla. Attorney General Pam Bondi called Tesla vandalism domestic terrorism. Retired FBI agent Ken Gray agrees.
Individuals who are owning Teslas through this DogeQuest may find their property being destroyed or at least damaged by people that for political purposes. So this really is domestic terrorism.
Former vice presidential candidate and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is taking some heat over this reaction to the American car company's stock dropping.
They've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping.
Tesla stock closed at $235 today, perhaps a boost from the California Public Utilities Commission, which granted the company a permit to transport passengers, the first step toward a rideshare service.
Well, in that case, you know what they need to do? They need to make the buses Tesla and buy buses from him. How about that? Let's make all the city and state buses made by Tesla, and let's buy all those buses from Tesla. How about that? I actually still want a Tesla. I heard that it's a very phenomenal car. I would love to have the Cybertruck. Can y'all see me in a Cybertruck? Like, come on. I have on some fly stuff, but my Cybertruck won't be like that. It'll be all colored up. I have some ill color, maybe graffiti on it or something, so when I get out, it'll be crazy. I still want a Cybertruck. I don't care what nobody say. Tesla, you good in my book. I like the homes that he's making because he's making them affordable. I love what they did with making sure that people got back home from space. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the space astronauts back. So whatever y'all want to do, y'all call it. What do y'all want to call it? All I can see is nonsense because they're angry that Donald Trump is the president. Again, just straighten you guys out. I am not Republican, not independent, and I'm not a Democrat. I am a human being. I am still learning life the same way that you guys are. I do not claim to be perfect. I don't claim to know everything. I come here to learn too. And that's why I give us this platform where you can say what you want to say as long as you're not being an a-hole. So if you can accept me, why can't I accept you? Even the jokes and stuff, I don't mind that. It's funny to me. But just be funnier than me is all I'm asking. Okay, y'all, we just got to keep on going. Okay, we got to talk about this judge that moves Mahmoud Khalil's case to New Jersey. The Columbia University actually started to decide to comply with the with the Fed in order to make sure that they're getting that money. So now Columbia University is like, you know what? We're going to comply. We want to get this money. We still want to get the money. We need that federal funding. Mark said supporting American companies is supporting American citizens, even if you don't agree with the views of the owners. That's what Mark said. Victoria J's laughing. We got Mad Hatter. Elon is trying to help the entire country and people hate him. They need some mental health help. Victoria says, yes, indeed. Car care. I had an electric car when I was a kid. You had an electric car with a little toy, a remote control car? I want a real one. I actually want a real one. But let's see what's going on with this judge that wants to that's moved the case of Mahmoud to New Jersey. Let's keep it going, y'all. Let's go.
A court in New Jersey will now decide whether Mahmoud Khalil will stay or be moved from Louisiana or possibly be released with bail. Judge Jesse Furman argued that New York lacked jurisdiction in the case because Khalil was initially detained in New Jersey. At the time, his lawyers filed a motion to challenge his arrest. Khalil, a green card holder with no criminal history, was arrested by immigration officers on March 8th in the hallway of his university-owned apartment building. He was detained locally for his involvement in last spring's pro-Palestinian protests at
I think they had to do with that building takeover too. That was pretty crazy. Do me a favor, you guys. I want to make sure that this content is getting out. If you appreciate the content that you're seeing, do us a favor over here. Let's get those likes up so that people know what we're doing. When you hit the like button, it lets other people know that we're here. We got this content coming out and it makes the channel grow. We don't ask for monetary over here most of the time. If y'all gonna give it up, it's okay. But over here is really what we're looking for. We really care about getting those likes up because it gets us in the algorithm. It lets people know what we're doing. So everybody that's always like, how come people always asking to hit the like button? I'm smart enough and I'm trying to be fair enough to explain why we ask for the like button to get hit. Because when you hit that like button, even if it's only 10 or 15 people, YouTube says, hey, there's something going on over here. And they put that on the first page and they start putting like, oh, Bugatti's got a video going on. The bottom line is on right now. Giving more people the chance to go there, which helps the channel overall. That's why we ask for the likes, guys. That's the only reason. And why I try not to ask so much as I used to, because I like the video to keep playing, not to interrupt. But I can't not pay attention to that, because if you're not getting me what I need, what the hell am I doing here in the first place? Plus, we don't have enough people here. It also brings more people over for the views. Just trying to explain. Let's see what we got going on over here. Victoria J, tap and help. Car care. protesters is crazy. Marielle, I'm not versed on green card rules, but if he broke the law, he needs to be arrested for it like everyone else. I agree.
Colombia and then transferred to an immigration detention center in Louisiana. Khalil's lawyers argue he was moved there because the jurisdiction is more favorable to the Republican administration. The Justice Department, though, said he couldn't remain in New Jersey, due in part to bed bugs and overcrowded facilities. On March 13th, the Trump administration sent a letter to Colombia laying out 9 demands the university must commit to in order to restore $400 million in federal grants and contracts. That money was revoked after President Trump accused Colombia of not doing enough to fight anti-Semitism. The university now has until tomorrow to comply with those conditions, which include enforcing existing disciplinary policies, banning masks, and empowering campus police. In a letter dated yesterday, interim President Katrina Armstrong said the university will not waver from its principles and the values of academic freedom, but all...
Being a person that used to live next to Columbia University as a child growing up, it's right next to St. Luke's Hospital, right next to St. John's, the cathedral. We had absolutely nothing but respect for the college, for the students, for the administration. They let us walk through Columbia University. I mean, if you just want to walk from Amsterdam to Columbus Avenue, you can actually walk through. I think for a young student and a young academic, it gives you inspiration for where you could actually be. You see the kids on the lawns actually reading books and studying. And then it's just nice. It's a nice place to be. The sad part about it is like me seeing that and coming from that and noticing how that is. Yes, a certain group of people can start to raise things up, can start to make noise and start to do things like this. I don't care what it's about when it comes to destroying property and then making the neighborhood the way it is now, and just like, yes, voice your opinion and say what you want to say. But all of that other stuff with breaking in the buildings and taking over the buildings and all of that stuff, I don't condone it. I also don't condone talking down on any race or any religion, because I am a denomination, I'm a minority. I don't believe in people talking about other races, even if I have my own opinion about them myself, because it's not fair to generalize everybody. So with the Jew thing and all of that, I don't condone that. I don't think it's right. And I've noticed and I've heard about what's going on up there. That's 113th Street, man. That's the hood for us. Not only that, but the Teachers College is right down the street on the next block. We look up to that area. So for this to be happening, I think it's wrong. And yeah, they need to be much more stronger on security, because it seems as if now that the times are changing, the security measures have to change and the way that they run policy has to change in order to make it fit with what's going on. What you guys think about that? Let's go. Victoria said, wait, who said free R. Kelly? 80s baby said cough, cough. What else we got? We got Wandell said, is this pro or anti-protest? What else we got? Thug Nasty. Shout out to all of the blacks, whites, and browns. Shout out to everybody.
Also appeared to suggest that the university will cooperate. She wrote in part, "We will also continue, as is our responsibility and as we have done throughout our history, to engage in constructive dialogue with our federal regulators, including on the work we are doing to address anti-Semitism, harassment, and discrimination, the tangible progress we are making, and the intensity of our commitment to this ongoing work." Now remember, Colombia has already agreed to at least one of the Trump administration's demands after last week a judicial board here at Columbia decided that students would be expelled, suspended, or have their diplomas revoked if they participated in the overtaking of Hamilton Hall. Wow. For now, we're live though outside Columbia. Shani and Kurt, back to you. Bria.
I bet you some stupid person probably trying to make a movie out of that. Hamilton Hall, the movie. The takeover for citizens for rights. Get out of here. Nobody want to, please. So yeah, that's what they did. I didn't even hear about it. And honestly, I never heard about it being taken over. But yes, security and changed laws in order to fit what's going on now. Now moving right along, what we got? We got this man that's permitted to return back to the United States after the student in Dominican Republic is still missing. that one person that we showed you guys in the beginning of the week that had been walking with the student, had his arms around her, cleverly tucked up under her arm, under the breast area. That gentleman who actually was out with her on the water, who said that he saved both of them when a really large wave hit, but he left her on the beach and went back to his hotel room and he didn't see her anymore. He has now been freed from Dominican Republic custody. He was there, asked to stay for an extra 11 days. He went to court. Now he's back in the United States. What you guys think about this? Because of course she's still missing, and the family and the police are still out there looking for her. But he's been permitted to come back to the United States after he's been asked to stay for 11 days.
And now to an update about a Pittsburgh college student reported missing in the Dominican Republic. We've learned the 22-year-old man believed to be the last person to see that student alive has been allowed to come back to the United States. Investigators have confirmed Joshua Reeby has never been a suspect in Sudishka Kanunki's disappearance. His attorneys say he was detained illegally in the Dominican Republic for more than 11 days, cooperating with authorities. Detectives acknowledge that there is no evidence of foul play in the student's sudden disappearance.
Yeah, so they're saying that there's no foul play. I know everybody has their opinion on this, but they found her clothes on the beach. They actually said they found her clothing on the beach. They did not find her. He was the last known person to be with her, and they're thinking that it could possibly be a kidnapping or what do you call it? Human trafficking. That's what the police are hoping that it's not. What do you guys think about this topic right here? You guys, you've been following this story with us. Let me know. Rena Brown said he should have gotten is beautiful, but nothing to play with. He should gotten help. The ocean is beautiful, but nothing to play with. Victoria J, that's so sad. Mark Fresher disliked Elon's personality, not a fan of his politics, not a fan of his management. Afro 2, all Elon fanboys here. Wait until he marry his own stepdaughter like his rich daddy who funded his son's company. Whoa. Raul said they should invent a bracelet with a GPS gadget. This way they know where the person is. Thug Nasty said keep on taking those girls' trips. The bracelet is kind of smart. But that doesn't mean that somebody might not search her if it's something and try to take it off of her if they know about that. Maybe something else. Maybe not a bracelet, but that's a great idea. Maybe a product that needs to be made for this solution and call it, the away GPS. So no matter what, they'd be able to find their luggage as well as people. I think that's a good thing. I'd start putting air tags on people if I could. That was a great idea. Thugs, what else we got? We got Raul Alvarez said, that's what Raul said that. That's what Raul said. Okay, Raul, that was a great comment. Keep your kids in America, said the drowned. That's what John Smith said. Victoria J, at least Elon knows what Jesus looks like. Ooh, Victoria said, yes, bracelets can be hacked. They definitely can. That's correct, sir. God bless you. Okay, God bless you guys too. Maybe a ring or something that doesn't look like it's a GPS. But if it's gold 9 times out of 10, the person is probably going to steal it or whatever like that. Maybe something like a hidden product. But that is a fantastic idea, y'all. So shout out to us. And this is how products and things are actually made, because a bunch of people come together and try to make a solution for a major issue. How I told you guys before, problems present opportunities. Do not look at problems like, oh my God, I got this big problem. What am I going to do? And sit there and not do nothing about it. Take your time, drink some water. Even if you can't solve it by yourself, you may want to ask people around you that are privy and that have a little bit of experience. Hey, I'm having this problem. Even Google it. How'd the last person solve a problem like that? But don't just sit there and stew in your own stupidity or unknowing ignorance and not try to figure out the problem, because guess what? Problems sounds crazy, but they present opportunities. Once you come over the problem, Now you've got an opportunity. I've got a problem not getting distribution. Once you get the distribution, now you're in the field. I got a problem doing this. So don't look at it in a negative aspect. Look at the problem as actually giving you part of the answer. Because it is. I got this problem. So directly I need to deal with that. When you start looking at things that way, you start to feel and to understand things much better, much different. Andre Edwards says, can we get these likes to 100? What else we got? We got Natalie Georgievich said, if you are here and haven't hit the like button, let's get them up to 100 likes. I thank you guys for that. Rena Brown said, nail polish. Afro 2 said, yeah, neutral link is inside. No stealing possible, but also hackable. Neutral link. That's the internal, huh? See what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is, but it's hackable. So that means what they gonna do? Are they gonna have like one of those metal detectors, bloop, 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 to see if you got something in you? Probably so, huh? If it's hackable, yeah, y'all ain't no joke. Y'all on point with it today, boy. I ain't even going front. What we got over here? We got capital P, Bugatti NYC for president. Thank you so much, guys. I don't know about president, but I'm damn sure thinking about running for office. And if I could take Kathy Hochul's job, oh my God, I would do it. Only problem is my real name is similar to what a politician's is, and they may not want to vote for me because it's too close. I might have to use Bugatti as my actual politician's name in order to make it work. That'd be the first time I actually use a rapper uses his rapper name as his political name. But hey, who knows? It might work. With that being said, we got some stuff to go over right now because we're at that point of the show where I ask for the likes just to make sure that we get to that right decent sort of a number and get those likes up if you guys appreciate the content. Also, we talk about what's in the descriptions. You guys already know what we're going to talk about right now. Money, 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 money. Some people got to have it. Hey, hey, hey. Some people really need it. So right now, go inside of the description and y'all will be able to make up to, I think we got up into $475 worth of surveys in there today. One is about $250. The other one is like 100 and some change. It wasn't enough to me, so I make sure I put 2 in there to make sure we're getting a good amount of surveys. I think one was in another state too. So I always try to search the right surveys. Number 1, with the right amount of money so it's worth us doing it. Number 2, so that the most people will be able to do these surveys. So if I see something that says Dallas and it's like $500, I'm still going to pull that survey, but I'm still going to go get another one that may be $300 or $400 where everybody can actually have a chance to do that one. We've already got some pictures and supports coming back in from the surveys actually working. I'm going to be posting the information today to let you guys see who actually made money off the surveys. So don't think that those surveys ain't working. Y'all don't give me no dough, but I be giving y'all dough all the time. And I put some fat on your brain. Hopefully you learn some stuff when you come here, because I know I learn a lot from you because I don't know everything. And keeping with what we're up to date and talking about right now, we're talking about the Show Your Talent contest. I have to keep promoting this contest because it's coming to New York. That's right. If you're talented, I don't care what your talent is. If you can dance, if you can sing, if you can drive, I don't care. If you can show us your talent at these events in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, come on over to Manhattan, show us your talent. Boom, automatically making $250. Queens, boom, if you're the best, you make $250. And then for the grand finale, you all come together and perform whatever your talent is, and you win $1,000. So it starts off at $250, then it goes to the grand finale prize of being $1,000. So total winnings is $1,250. You also get to be sponsored by Big Drip. You also get a Big Drip clothing sponsorship. That's going to be sweatshirts, t-shirts, and sweatsuits and all of that. We're going to turn up for y'all. And like I told you before, if it's music, we got Big Drip Records, and we'll help you guys get your music distributed, not on the cheat ways that they're doing it right now with all of these scams and stuff. We're going to put you on the can, and on the boxes. So you're going to actually be able to see your sales for real, because the Fed, and when it comes down to the government with the alcohol, there's no cheating in that. That other stuff with the RIAA and all of the numbers, when it comes down to the connected music industry that they have right now, they can hide numbers, lie to people. Look at Limp Bizkit right now, a $100 million lawsuit against Def Jam for fraud and theft. So we don't do that over here. We share the likes and we share with the information. Like I said, your information goes on that can. When they scan that can, hey, I get this song. You guys get the dollar off for that every time. We don't even worry about it. So we try to find ways over here to make you the celebrity and not worry about, oh, who's promoting your liquor? Y'all are. We giving the money directly back to the fans and directly back to who deserves it. So come out, be a part of Show Your Talent, the talent show. Like I said, it's going to be in all 5 boroughs, starting off in New York. Then, of course, we're going to be going to other states, Atlanta, Detroit. We're coming to every state. We're going to be in Miami. We're going to do LA. This is a big brand right here, guys. We got a new liquor coming out, and we have to promote in every market. How are we doing it? By making the Show Your Talent show and making our consumers the celebrities. Hell with a rapper talking about, drink my drink, it's good. I want y'all to like it and tell people it's good. That's how we do it over here. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always told you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Y'all can head on over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. We also finally got merch on the page. So if you guys want to grab a t-shirt or some merch, y'all definitely can do that. But all of the co-hosts, y'all already know how it is. We take care of each other over here. I want to thank you guys for coming on, being here, whoever was here for the entire show. Salute to you guys, because you helped the numbers go up overall. When those watch hours stay at 333 hours, yeah, we still doing those numbers, just so you guys know. And we are an hour plus show. So we do get our numbers over here, because you was already here with us. So that, with that being said, I appreciate you. Hope everybody has a fantastic day. Make this a safe Friday. I will see you tomorrow. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy's here every day. And like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, y'all know what it is. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I see y'all tomorrow. Love is love. To the ladies, fellas, holla at y'all tomorrow. Get 'em. Peace. One.